This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys. We are going to do some coding today. Particularly, we're going to do some exercises um, using 2D and three-dimensional arrays. Let's get started.
Exercise number 1. Write a program that prints the integers below in a 2x5 format without using an array. Please pause this video and begin writing your code once you have understood the question. You can unpause when you are ready to move on to the next question. Exercise number question.
Okay. Write a program that prints the integers below in a 2x5 format without using an array. Um, so, um, we are not to use an array, huh? Uh, hmm. Um, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to use a for loop. Um, and we want to count from 11 to 15 and 21 to 25. So, we'll set the counter variable at 11. We'll set the upper limit to 25, let's say. And we want to include 25 because we want 25 printed. And then, let's see, we will print I, counter variable. That is what we shall do. We'll get rid of the n, the ln, because we don't want to skip spaces. We don't want to move to the next line under normal circumstances. And that should get us from 11 to 25. But once we get to 15, we want to skip to 21. So let's see. We will, how do we go about this? Let's say we print that out. And then after it's printed out, we use an if statement. If you know what? How about this? We're gonna make an if condition on the basis of the upper limit. So let's create a variable for that. So we'll have a variable we call upper limit. I'll initialize that to 0. 25 rather. What happened there? Limit, and then we'll say if upper limit is equal to, I don't know, 15. Then the condition will be I equals I plus 5. So if I is currently equal to 15, this will set I to 20, and then of course the loop will iterate naturally. It naturally iterates by 1. So then next time, by the time this loop completes, this iteration does, assuming this condition is activated, then when the next the evaluation happens, the number that shows up should be 21. Right. So let's try that. And let's say I equals 5. We'll have another condition as well. We'll just create a space. See what that does. Okay. Well, we printed out I, but we're gonna want a space between these numbers. So I plus a space. Let's see what that does. Okay, we should be. So was I never equaling 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? It didn't skip for some reason. So, or oh, I said if the upper limit is equal to 15, but it should be I. Let's try that again. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It is completed. Let's move on to the next one.
2. Update the previous code with 2 methods and arrays that takes a 2D array of integers 3 by 5 as input below, and prints out the matrix in the same format. Please pause the video and start to write your code. Exercise number 3. Pause the video and start to write your code.
Okay.
Exercise number 3. Go and start to write your code. Exercise number 3. Update the previous code to calculate the
Yeesh.
and
All right. Update previous code with 2 methods and arrays that takes a 2D array of integers as input below and prints out the matrix in the same format. Okay. Alright, we'll just start from scratch here. Okay, we want 2 methods. We already had a main method. And so we'll have another method called take input, I guess. And it will take an integer array. And then we'll have another method that we call print array. And that will take integer array as well. Okay, 2 methods and arrays that take Okay, so we want
Cross
input.
out the matrix in the same format.
Yeesh. So we want an array. We have the oh well, we already have the scanner class imported, so we can take user input. We'll create an object for doing that. Um, so we will have an array. Put a message here. Enter data into array. And go forward. Next, we want to create an array. Array equals new int, and it's a two-dimensional array. It's very important. This is going to be a two-dimensional array too, because it's going to accept a two-dimensional array from the take input method. And I should erase the parameters here because this isn't going to accept an argument. And total, this is going to have the 3 rows and 5 columns. And to enter the data into the array, we're going to need a for loop. This is going to be go with 0 or whatever. Not a big deal. And then what do we put? Int, no, array equal to input dot next integer, because this is an integer array. It's going to be array I and j. And I guess we'll print it out. And, let's just run it and see if that works. Doesn't seem to work. Yeah, we didn't call it. We might need to invoke the method. So we'll put take input. And let's try putting in everything, see if it works. 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, seem to accept everything. Now we just got to print it out. And that's going to amount to pretty much the same thing. See if we could just copy this code. Right here. And we print it out here. This would instead be we're going to move the ln because we don't want to we don't want to go to the next line every time. So let's say every time if j is j modulus 5 equals 0, then we want to skip a line. Otherwise, we're just going to print out array I j. Might need to work that. We'll see what happens. I didn't pass it again. Silly me. I'm gonna pass the array. Let's try this again. Looks pretty good, except we want to have spaces, right? Made that mistake yet again. So let's see. When we print it, we then want to add a space to help distinguish those numbers. Let's try it once more. 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 30. All right, this one's completed. Let's move on.
Matt, please pause the video and start to write your code. Exercise number 3, update the previous code to calculate the averages of the two specific parts of the matrix, the first row and the third column.
Okay, we want to calculate, so I guess we'll create some additional methods. So we'll call this one static void first row. Calculate first row, and it will accept an array, two-dimensional integer array. And then we'll have another one that's called calculate third column. And it is also going to accept a two-dimensional array called array. Okay, so what we can do is we could take that input, and then we can instead of going straight to print array, what we could do is call calculate first row, which is, and this is not going to be void, it's going to return a double. This is also going to return a double. We're going to pass array. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have a for loop. This will be array dot length for the rows. Then we'll have another inner loop for the columns. Length. What else? So we want to calculate the first row. So for the first row, we're going to add integer called running total. Initialize it to 0. We'll say running total is equal to running total plus array I j and so that's its step. It should start at 0 and then go all the way through. And then when we want it to stop, so I don't know, whenever this changes, right? So probably something like if I is n equal to 0, break. In which case then we can have another integer we call a double, rather, we call average. Initialize it to 0. We'll say that average is equal to running total divided by 5. And we know we can say that because there are going to be 5 columns here. And just to make sure it works, we'll have it print out average. So let's try that. Missing statement. 57. Oh, there's no return statement. We will then return average. Okay. So return 0, whatever. Let's try it again. Okay, enter the data into the array. 1, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. This says 13.0. Hard to know if that's correct. So we're gonna use my calculator here. Well, I guess it's more photogenic if I don't use my phone. So 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 is equal to 65, and if we divide that by 5, that is 13. So we got I guess we'll add so we calculate first row, return average. So I guess we'll say and take input. We'll add 2 variables. One we'll call average. The other we'll call average 2, because I'm so original. All right. And so then we'll say, let's see. Oh, it's a good point. Can't be an integer. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with average 2. We'll set that to being to calculate third column, which case we can pretty much create a bit more separation between these things, because it's a little annoying how close these things are. And we could pretty much copy everything from calculate first row. right about there. Okay. So there's and now we want to calculate the third column. So that means the row means the column should be we want the column to remain the same. So we'll make this one column should be 2 because that's column 2. So we okay, this is a little more unwieldy than I thought. So we'll get rid of this. For I guess in this case we'll go with J. And we'll make this array zero length. So be I array. And then we're gonna start at column 2. And then we'll have the same if statement if J is n equal to 2. Then break. Right. And when we're going through this, we want the column. We want to make sure that we're, going through all 3 columns. In which case we would we will have the running total will equal array J total will equal running total plus I.J. Minus what that looks like. Just to make sure everything's proper. Then out of the loop, we'll say that the average is equal to running total divided by 3, because there are 3 scores or 3 numbers to consider there. And then we'll print out average to make sure we got that. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope, messed that up. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, 20, so 13.1 and 23.0. Is that correct? 13 plus. It doesn't seem correct. But we'll see. 13 plus 23 plus 33 equals 69. Divided by 3. It is 23. Why didn't it print though? I specifically asked you to print or calculate third column. Oh, we're going to calculate array I j. I'm running out of time for this video because I have a basic subscription for this for school. So we will continue this in the next video if the video is cut off immediately, because we don't take breaks. Okay, 13, 23, 33. There we go. So we're proving that. So then we could just say you know, what is the take input. The average for the first row is, and the average for the first row is, let's print that and start it. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, rather 21, 22, 23, 24,